Well, let's chat with Blessing, oh. Let's groove tonight, in the rhythm of the beat. We take flight, chat with Blessing, oh.
Hello everyone, today we have exciting news for caregivers globally. Now on to some exciting news from Canada for caregivers, no matter where you are located at currently. If you're a hardworking caregiver, this is definitely the one for you, so do not miss this golden opportunity. The Canadian government have just announced a brand new permanent resident on arrival pathway specifically for caregivers, making it easier than ever to relocate with your immediate family members. So whether you have a secondary school certificate or a university degree, you can qualify for this fantastic opportunity. In today's video, we are going to share everything you need to know about this newest permanent residence pathway, including all the requirements set by the Canadian government. We will help you navigate through this new pathway from the official government website so as to make the steps towards your Canadian dream swifter. I will be sharing all the details about this new pathway in a short while, so stay tuned till the end of the video. You can always ask any case-specific questions in the comment section to get a tailored answer that would help your visa application and your migration journey. Suppose today is your first time seeing me or coming across my videos. Hello, my name is Blessing and I live in Australia and make both exciting and informative research-based videos discussing migration programs via different routes, including study routes. Please subscribe to our channel, Chat with Blessing, to stay updated and informed. In the migration journey, information and timing is key. So do not forget to give this video a like and share it with all the caregivers you know. You definitely cannot afford to overlook this opportunity as it marks the beginning of your journey towards residency in Canada. Stay tuned and keep your focus. This information was released 4 days ago, precisely on the 4th of June 2024. So it is not only hot, exciting and new, but could also be a game changer for many people looking to settle in Canada easily. As you already know, skilled and point-based permanent residency pathways in Canada, including the Express Entry and Canadian Experience Class CEC, are not easy to get these days. The most recent draw was on May 31st, 2024, with an outrageous cutoff comprehensive ranking systems, that's CRS score, at 676 points. I remember receiving an Express Entry invitation with 469 points pre-COVID in 2019, a few years ago. Those days and times are long gone. So to improve your CRS points, you need more fancy certificates like master's or PhD degrees, improved work experience, relatives in Canada, and an LMIA job. Meanwhile, studying in Canada is also not economical, as it will set you back by a couple of thousands of dollars. Therefore, several smart people have carved their niche with the newly constituted pathways, such as the Rural and Northern Immigration Pilot (RNIP) and other pilot programs that offer fast settlement in Canada. I previously made a video on one of such RNIPs. For those interested in living in Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan, I encourage you to go and watch it. Enough with the preambles, let's get in. At the onset of this year, Canada unveiled significant updates to its immigration initiatives and pathways. Despite previous discouraging reports, 2024 presents abundant opportunities for you, and I have included the link to this announcement in my description box. Now let me give you reasons to continue watching this video. The number one reason is eligibility. You do not need a fancy university or college degree to qualify for this care worker visa. Your ordinary high school certificate would suffice. Anyway, that is not to say that those with degrees are not eligible. It simply does not offer any additional benefits towards obtaining this residency visa. The number two reason is the low language proficiency requirement. For this visa, you only need a Canadian language benchmark, a CLB level 4, which is the lowest level and of course the easiest level of proficiency to achieve. So say no to the so-called ideal CLB level 9 required to maximize your points for express entry and CEC. For example, the CLB level 9 in IELTS needs band scores in writing 7, reading 7, speaking 7, and listening 8, which is not easy to get even for native speakers. Therefore, people spend tons of money trying to achieve these band scores. I have put up other standardized language test scores as well to indicate the comparison of the CLB level. Yes, I know you are already asking, what then is the catch, right? The only catch here is that you will need to receive an offer of a full-time home care job. That's an LMIA exempt job to be able to get this visa. And the program is for caregivers working in home support roles. This program gives significant weight to your work experience in a specific field. We will look into Canada's efforts to attract more individuals in 2024 and outline the prerequisites for this new immigration initiative. But before we explore the specifics, here's something to motivate you. Canada has set immigration targets of 485,000, 500,000, and 500,000 for 2024, 2025, and 2026 respectively. With 485,000 permanent resident admissions in 2024 alone, there is basically room for everyone. A remarkable 15,000 of these permanent residency visas will be granted to caregivers in 2024 alone. And it's not a joke. Such a substantial figure indicates abundant opportunities for aspiring immigrants. According to the official Immigrations, Refugees and Citizenship Canada IRCC website, as of April 30, 2024, approximately 5,700 caregivers and their family members have become permanent residents. The link is also below. And the demand for caregivers in Canada is increasing as the population ages. Over the next 6 years, it's expected that more than 9 million Canadians will retire, leading to a greater need for care in homes or in institutions. Additionally, a recent report by the Canadian Centre for Caregiving Excellence underscores the urgent needs of caregivers in Canada. Among other things, it notes that many caregivers are 65 years plus and may also need care. Nearly 1 in 5 caregivers are over the age of 65. Senior caregivers are least likely to access any services or support to help with their responsibilities. Lastly, families in Canada require childcare providers as more women who traditionally shoulder more care-taking duties for young children seek to enter the workforce. So you see, IRCC has not yet clarified the work experience requirements for the new pilot programs and will announce more details closer to the full launch. Now, on the new immigration program for caregivers, Canada introduced new pilot programs to help caregivers and Canadian families. They aim to make the caregiver program permanent. The old home child care provider and home support worker pilots are being replaced with simpler programs to help caregivers become permanent residency. Now let's talk about the basic eligibility criteria for the new pilot programs. Candidates interested in these pilot programs must meet the following criteria. First, they must attain a minimum level 4 based on the Canadian language benchmarks. They must hold the equivalent of a Canadian high school diploma, have recent and relevant work experience as a caregiver, and receive an offer for a full-time home care job in Canada. The new caregiver pilot programs in Canada offer several benefits for both caregivers and Canadian families. These benefits include permanent residency on arrival, where caregivers who qualify for these programs receive PR status upon arrival in Canada, and this provides stability and long-term prospects for their future. Another one is the clear pathways. The program streamlines the process by offering clear pathways for caregivers to work in home, childcare, or home support roles. This clarity simplifies the migration journey. Thirdly, meeting home care needs. As Canada's population ages, the demand for home care services increases. These programs address this need by facilitating the entry of skilled caregivers. Fourth, work opportunities. Caregivers can work for organizations providing temporary or part-time care, and this flexibility allows them to balance work and personal life. Fifth, language and education requirements. The eligibility criteria include language proficiency of level 4, the CLB level 4, and the equivalent of a Canadian high school diploma. These requirements ensure a certain level of competence. Lastly, support for Canadian families. Families benefit from having qualified caregivers who can provide essential services, allowing them to maintain their routines and quality of life. Now, you must remember that more detailed information will be available before the full launch of the pilot programs. So for those interested in applying for the caregiver positions in Canada, here are the steps you can follow. First of all, you have to prepare your documents. Gather all necessary documents, including your detailed resume, highlighting your caregiving experience and skills. Then write a heartfelt cover letter, showcasing your dedication to improving lives. Secondly, research caregiver job opportunities online. Explore various resources such as job portals, company websites, and caregiver agencies to find available positions in Canada. The third step is to customize your application. Ensure you tailor your resume and your cover letter to highlight your relevant experiences, skills, and qualifications for the caregiver role. The fourth step would be to submit your application. In this step, you need to ensure you follow the application process specified by the employer or the agency. If you meet the requirements for permanent residence, consider applying under the home child care provider or the home support worker pilot for a pathway to PR status. The fifth step would be to follow up. After submitting your application, stay informed about any updates or requests from potential employers, and remember that each employer or agency may have specific application procedures, so be sure to follow their guidelines. This new pilot programs represents a big move toward addressing Canada's changing home care requirements, and Canada is seeking internationally trained caregivers who meet these standards and possesses relevant work experience. So if you're prepared to put in the effort and navigate the process, this opportunity awaits you. Please do not give anyone money, as the procedure is straightforward and you need to put in the work first and then get help where needed. But if you have the money, that's okay if you want to go ahead and do it your way. There are a lot of people out there who are willing to assist you, but you must be willing to help yourself first. Remember, it is your migration journey and life, and no one can drive it better than you. There's a saying that goes, help people to help you. Do not give up and stay tuned by subscribing to my channel, Chat with Blessing O, for more updates that can help your journey. Thank you for tuning in and have a wonderful day.
Blessing O in the air, spreading the joy. Come along, my friends, let's jump and enjoy.